Welcome back to the latest edition of Spirit Chat. Now, today I'm going to tell more personal story than I usually do. I usually am known for presenting the facts, the science, and the spirit behind the science, more like a spirit science. But today I'm going to talk about a personal experience that I had with the spirit, and hopefully it compels you to dive deeper into knowing yourself. And before that, I do want to give a shout out to the lady I just met that lives right down the hall. I'm going to be meeting with her shortly, and we're going to discuss spiritual things. And I got that. That was really cool. That was a blessing. And it encouraged me to make this video and tell this story. So I'll start at the beginning. I met Hekate, was one of the first spirits I ever worked with. She came to me at a time that I was in the dark night of the soul. She's known for doing that. Her symbols are this. It's called a strophalos. And I knew this symbol very well. Never ever seen it anywhere else. You probably never seen it. You may have seen similar, but it has three. And it has a lantern, a fire burning in the middle. That's a lantern, a fire. So fire burn, watch it turn. And this is my God. And that's how I met God the first time, was as a witch queen named Hekate. And it still makes me a little emotional to think back to that time because it was so powerful. But anyway, those are her symbols. Now, go fast forward several years, 2-3 years to where I'm at now. And I was at work one day, and I was going through a lot of mental turmoil. When your mind opens up, you're going to get turmoil and this way and that way, and just pulled every way till your head wants to explode. So I was at one of those points. And then I started reading something that has a lot to do with the Bible, but isn't really mentioned in the Bible. It's called the Testament of Solomon, and how he brought forth all these demons, which are actually... Demon is a word that means wise one. Demons don't exist like you think of them. Evil doesn't exist except in your own mind where you're at. So the daemons were wise ones. They were genies, like genie in a bottle, pretty much the same thing. They're fire and air, fire spirits that control the air, stuff like that. That's too technical, but just know that they weren't wicked and evil. They weren't evil. They could have been wicked a little bit, but who can't be? So anyway, he chained all these wise ones up. One of their names was a three-headed shape-shifting goddess from the moon, and her name was Inepsigos. And years later, I know who Hecate is, and I'm seeing three-headed lunar goddess. She said the wise ones called me Cronus. She's from the moon. She's a shapeshifter, and her name's Hekate. And in the Testament of Solomon, she identified herself as Inepsigos, one of the seven sisters, or friends of the seven sisters. Basically, it took that chunk of time, and I know these symbols and everything, and then I'm hearing Inepsigos, and I'm finding out that Hekate was chained by Solomon. My heart was shattered, but I thought, she must have deserved it if you're a demon that gets chained by Solomon. But whenever they did chain her, and he chained everybody, he was just a man of fear. He chained anything that he did not understand. He chained it and imprisoned it to this day. Those are a lot of the shackles that Jesus Christ broke, were ones put on by Solomon. But anyway, I digress. It's been that year gap, and then I'm seeing her in this story, so I know she's getting close to me. She's teaching me things. And then, remember, the symbol is hers. I'm sitting at Bear Creek Park in Colorado Springs on my lunch break at work, about to break down from all the turmoil in my mind, and then I see a Christian song come on. And it has this symbol on the cover. It's by Rend Collective. The name of the song is Your Name is Power. Now, that's special because what I'm about to say, when Hecate was getting chained by Solomon, she was the first one to ever prophesy of the coming Christ. And she said he'll frustrate us all. And now for him me to understand more about what Christ is and how it is in me, and to know my relationship with Hekate and how she prophesied that first. She is the original prophet of Christ. She's the Virgin Mother. She's been in every part of his life is in Itzigos. It's Mother Mary. It's the three Marys. Jesus' grandmother's name was Mary, his mother's name was Mary, and he married a woman named Mary. She is the three Marys. It's all symbolic language that never really happened. It happens in our heart. Christ is our heart. Our mother, Mary, Hekate, is our kundalini serpent. It's our spinal cord. Our spinal cord has to marry our heart spiritually and in an alchemical way. Then whenever it does, it blooms our chakras. And all these stories just combined, and then living the path, you'll know it when you see it. You'll know it when you see it. And if I've confused you today, I'm sorry. You can feel free to ask Hekate or Jesus or Shiva or Makali or any deity that comes to you. Just call out the God and ask him to send himself in a mask. And he'll do that. She'll do that. They'll do that. It's in you. You have it right there. It's inside of you waiting. You have the alchemist stone, and it's your heart. It's that beating drum. Let the drummer kick, God. Let the drummer kick. You're that beating, lost drum. You can't see. You can't smell. You can't hear. But you're like a bat in this world. And you're somehow sensing the vibrations now like a bat does. So in a totally different way, you're experiencing God. So that's my story. That's my testament to the Testament of Solomon. Now, I will say, in the Testament of Solomon, there's also, Solomon called these spirits up. And they were elementals, actually. Genies, whatever you want to call them. They're elemental spirits. They were the spirits of earth, air, fire, and water. And he chained them, imprisoned them. And they prophesied that Christ would set them free. And we are free. Thanks to that. And thanks to a Nepsigos prophecy. And the fulfillment of that prophecy. And it should be in the Bible and not the Apocrypha. The Apocrypha is a book of Bible books that should be in the Bible, but were deleted because they don't fit the narrative. So check out the Apocrypha and read that with your Bible. It's absolutely mandatory. The Gnostics know all about it. And Gnostic is not agnostic. It does not mean we do not believe in God. A true Gnostic, like myself, will tell you, you cannot know until you know. You cannot know until you experience it. You cannot tell me nothing. You can't show me nothing in the photograph. I have to experience it. And that's what a Gnostic does with God. And whenever you experience God, it's called gnosis. And that's what I'm giving a testament to, is my personal gnosis. You'll have your own personal gnosis. The symbols, the signs, everywhere will speak to you. And you'll know when you have a gnosis. Till then, this has been Spirit Chat. I hope you guys enjoyed it. I got a tarot card reading with a spiritual neighbor of mine coming up. So I'm going to go get ready for that. I love you. In a weird way.